Hi everyone, welcome back or welcome to my channel. I'm Ali and today I want to talk about something really exciting, Victober. I can't believe we're already about to hit October. I'm currently filming this on the 26th of September, so the fact that October is literally this weekend, I don't know how I feel about it. But anyway, I want to join in. I've always wanted to join in on Victober. I may have done so on my blog very casually, but this is like my first official Victober. So I'm very excited and I'm really happy. If you don't know, Victober is all about celebrating Victorian fiction. I will leave all the announcement videos down below. We have 5 co-hosts this year, Kate, Katie, Marissa, Petra and Roz. I'll leave all their channels as well linked down below, and their separate like announcement videos because they have really awesome recommendations that I highly recommend that you take a look at. So my Victober TBR, or like pile of possibilities, is quite small, and realistically I might only be able to read 2 or 3, but I just wanted to tell you what I would love to be able to read in a world where I can do everything. Right? Okay, so let's talk about the challenges. So Kate's challenge is to read a Victorian work featuring a stranger / outsider. Now there were many there were many recommendations that I wanted to sink my teeth into, but I kind of decided on 2. Okay, so let me talk. So realistically, I think I want to read Elizabeth Gaskell's Mary Barton. I don't really know what this is about. I read North and South by Elizabeth Gaskell and absolutely adored it, and I've been dying to reread it. Maybe I'll reread that this Victober as just like a fun little side project. So when I saw this at an op shop, I picked it up because I knew that I loved the way that Gaskell wrote. So sorry, my books are falling everywhere. But Mary Barton is set in the 1840s and depicts the effects of economic and physical hardship upon the city's working class community, which we see similar themes in North and South. I wonder which one comes first chronologically, but I'm very excited about reading this. I think it's going to be a really nice revisit of Elizabeth Gaskell's writing. So this is a book that you will see show up for many of these challenges because I kind of packed it all into one. Anyway, Mary Barton by Elizabeth Gaskell. I would also like to read for Kate's challenge Goblin Market by Christina Rosetti. This is one of my, I love Christina Rosetti. I read The Goblin Market when I was in high school, and I read like other Christina Rosetti poetry in high school. Or did we read, maybe we didn't read Goblin Market. Maybe I read Goblin Market at uni and I read some other Christina Rosetti. We read Christina Rosetti in high school and it forever changed the way that I understood poetry. I just always felt like poetry was inaccessible to me. You know, I feel like Shakespeare is something that you're almost constantly engaging with in high school, or it felt like in mine, which we didn't really. It was only like 3 or 4 Shakespearean plays, but I just made the assumption that that was poetry, when in reality poetry is it exists in multiplicity, right? It's just very much a lot of very different things, and that's what makes it so fun to read and so fun to engage with. So Christina Rosetti was one of those poets that I engaged with in high school in literature class, not even English, and I was like, wow, this is poetry. Like, this is what poetry can be. And so I I have read The Goblin Market before, but I have this fantabulous copy that Hannah got me, I want to say like a few years ago, or maybe a year ago. Time has lost all meaning, I apologize, but this, I would really like to read this. I've been wanting to get more into poetry again. I feel like I haven't read a poetry book in so long. I want to read poetry. Anyway, and this is like beautifully illustrated. So I would also like to read this for this challenge. Okay, cool. The next challenge that I have is Katie's challenge. Now Katie's challenge is read a piece of Victorian New Woman fiction. So I have, I think, two options for this one. Katie has really incredible recommendations. I also did some more research because I was just like, wait, what is this? Like, it wasn't really a phrase or that I heard, and then I researched about the movement. It sounds really fascinating. So for this one, I have two possibilities, and I'm more inclined to the second one, and I'll tell you why. The first one is Henry James's Portrait of a Lady. This is just about a young woman affronting her destiny. So it's about Isabel Archer on her arrival from abroad is courted by several eligible men, and it's just about the toils of European guile. The toils of European guile? Is that how you pronounce that word? G-I-U-L-E. Anyway, this has been on my list for a very long time. I have read 2 Henry James books previously. I don't know if Henry James is an author for me. He bores me, which sucks. I've read Washington Square and The Europeans, and I just don't engage well with him, and I don't know why. So maybe this is going to be the book that does it for me, because I've heard really good things about this. A lot of like my mutuals on Instagram have read this and really rave about it, but I'm so hesitant to pick up a Henry James book. So this is a possibility, and it depends how brave I am in October. Okay, it depends how brave I am in October, because I just don't know how I'm going to react and respond and engage with Henry James again. Like, I have been so close to getting rid of his books in my it's not really a library, in my collection, I should say, because I just didn't really like The Europeans and Washington Square. Then I keep on thinking, wait, no, like, just continue with it and see if you do like at least something, because Henry James is just an author that you hear about so often. I want to be one of those girlies. Anyway, I've had too much coffee the past 2 days, and I feel like I'm slightly disassociating from reality. Anyway, I'm gonna talk about that. The other book, well, it's not really a book, it's a novella. It's The Awakening by Catherine Mansfield. I really hope that's the correct author. I'll have this here. I don't know where my copy has gone. It exists somewhere in this mess, chaos. You can't see around you, but just know it's a lot. I'm pretty sure I have a copy of this that's part of like a short, like other stories. So I gotta find it, because I've been wanting to read The Awakening. Is it The Awakening by Kate Chopin? Or is it Catherine Mansfield? Oh my god, who's the author's name? I suck. It's The Awakening. I'll have the photo. Oh my god, this is embarrassing. I just realised now, maybe the reason that I can't find it is because I'm thinking it's a different author to who it actually is. I've had too much coffee, you can tell. But I would like to read this. I've been meaning to read it for years, and honestly, I'm steering more towards that. I don't know what it's about. All I know, it's about a woman, and maybe we are deconstructing what it means to be a woman in terms of like Victorian values and society. So I feel like that's the kind of vibe that I get from this like new woman movement. So that's that. I'm really looking forward to The Awakening. If I can bloody figure out who wrote it. Marissa's challenge is read a Victorian work by an author who is new to you. Now, I could do The Awakening for this, because technically whoever the author is new to me. I haven't read them yet. But I have been dying to get to this author for a few years, and that's Anthony Trollope. Anthony Trollope. The group book is also a book by Anthony Trollope. I'm pretty sure it's The Way We Live Now, but I don't own that. So I would really like to read Anthony Trollope because I won't be able to read the group book. This is the first book in the Barchester series, question mark. And I'm pretty sure I have most of the Barchester series books on my shelf, plus or minus maybe like one or two, but it's just been one that I've been dying to get into. It's about Mr. Harding, a clergyman of great personal integrity and charitable income, far exceeds the purpose for which it is intended. On discovering this, John Bold turns his reforming zeal to exposing what he regards as the abuse of privilege. I'm thinking it's a mixture of like classism and theology and religion and maybe power corruption, possibly. It just has been on my list, and I'm pretty sure I think I put this on my like 23 books I want to read in 2023. But oh my god, the series is The Chronicles of Barsetshire. I'm never having coffee again. Like, and I taught this morning. I just want to, like, I taught people this morning at university, okay? I was in a classroom educating. I'm not drinking coffee in the mornings anymore. No, I can't even have words. They don't exist. Information is not being processed in a correct manner. Anyway, so we're going to be looking through this book maybe about human motivation and like social morality. There we go. And these kind of themes I really enjoy. I feel like we got a little bit of it, or wait, not a little bit, a lot of it, in Middlemarch by George Eliot, which is one of my favourite classics of all time. So I'm excited. I would really like to read this for that prompt by Marissa. Anthony Trollope is definitely a new author to me, but I could also use The Awakening for this, but I'm hoping for this one. Petra's challenge is read a Victorian first-person narrative. Now, she had really awesome recommendations as well, and I feel like when you think of first-person narrative in a classic, you automatically think of David Copperfield. I was about to say Copperhead. But I've already read that. So I was just like, what book do I own already? Because that was what I wanted to make sure that I was doing for Victober, is reading books that I already own. Mary Barton. I flicked through it. We have a character who is narrating. They refer to themselves as I. I'm considering it a first-person narration. They use I, they use me. I don't know if it's like I flicked through it because I didn't want to spoil myself, but I'm using Mary Barton for this challenge. Is that okay? Is it a first person narration? Can you please let me know? And then our last challenge is Roz's challenge, and it's read a Victorian work in which class features strongly. So in Roz's video, she recommended, one of her recommendations was also Mary Barton by Elizabeth Gaskell, so that's what I'm reading. So I am hoping to, at minimum, read 2 books. Minimum. Maximum, read 4, 5. That is if I'm feeling brave and I end up reading The Portrait of a Lady. So that's kind of where I'm thinking, kind of where I'm going, where I'm venturing for this particular TBR and for this particular month. Not gonna lie, I've been in a classics vibe, like reading vibe. I randomly picked up, this has got nothing to do with Victober, you can click off now, but I randomly picked up Howard's End by E.M. Forster a few days ago, and because I was just in the mood to read a classic. Can't explain it, I just had this whim and I was like, I'm gonna pick a book. So I've been reading that and I just love it. I forget how much I love reading classics. I find that it's a very different kind of reading headspace when I read a classic, and I really enjoy it, but it is a slightly different way of reading for me. I find that I have to be more engaged with the text in a way that maybe I'm not as engaged when I'm reading just like a general fiction novel or like a fantasy novel. So maybe that's why it takes me slightly longer to read a classic, but I really enjoy the experience of it. Anyway, you don't really want to hear that. So that's my TBR, my pile of possibilities for Victober, and I'm so looking forward to it. I don't know what I'm going to start with, because on one hand, I want to start with Mary Barton, but on the other hand, I want to start with Anthony Trollope. Or maybe I'll get The Awakening read. I don't know. What should I read first? Let me know. You will guide the way that I read this TBR. What book should I read first? Should I read The Portrait of a Lady, The Warden, Mary Barton, Goblin Market, or The Awakening? I swear to God, if you say The Portrait of a Lady, there will be a riot. But honestly, if you do think I should start with The Portrait of a Lady, let me know. Like, should I be excited about The Portrait of a Lady? Or maybe should I just like not even consider it? Can you please tell me? I really do need guidance. I am asking for help. Okay, anyway. Yay! This is my Victober TBR. I'm really excited. I can't believe it's going to be like my first official Victober. Okay. Thank you so much for watching. If you're going to be joining in on Victober, let me know if you are, and like the books that you're thinking of reading, and maybe we can get to talking about all the books. Thank you so much for watching. As always, take care and stay safe, friends. I'll see you hopefully next week. I apologise for not uploading last week. I was drowning in a sea of first year university essays, and they nearly have completed marking, so I have a bit of time now instead of just like marking maniacally. Anyway, happy reading. Bye friends.